This girl jumped the guy that attacked Billie Eilish.
It felt premeditated. It felt like they really genuinely were trying to do something more to her.
Have you guys watched this video of Billie Eilish being violently grabbed by a man in the audience during a concert in Miami? And honestly, watching this video and seeing the fear in her face is one of the moments that make you realize how unsafe things have become for artists lately. Billie was performing on her Hit Me Hard and Soft World tour, ironically named considering somebody decided to take that way too literally. She was doing what she always does, walking near the balcony, greeting fans, smiling, connecting with people who supported her from day one. It's something she's known for. She always takes a moment to make her concerts feel personal, but this time that genuine kindness got taken advantage of. Out of nowhere, a man in the front row reached out and grabbed her arm. Not a friendly touch, not a gentle hold, a hard yank. He pulled her backwards into the barricade with enough force that she lost her balance. The crowd immediately gasped. You could hear people shouting, "Oh my God, are you okay?" while security rushed in. And the look on Billie's face, the instant fear, that confusion, it said everything. This wasn't a fan getting carried away, this was aggression. And what makes it worse is that it happened in front of thousands of people and it was caught on camera, replayed on social media from every possible angle. You could literally see the moment she realized what's happening and tries to pull away. She's terrified, but she still tries to stay calm. That's professionalism in my opinion, but it's also incredibly sad that she even had to be that calm in that moment. Security managed to pull that man away and he was escorted out of the venue, but so far there's been no confirmation of an arrest. And that's alarming because when you physically grab an artist like that, when you cross that boundary, that's not fan behavior, that's assault. Now, while this incident was horrifying, there was one moment of hope that stood out. One person who reminded everyone what real fans look like, and that's the woman who's now known online as a red bandana girl. In the clip right after the man grabbed Billie, you can see her turn around instantly, no hesitation, no fear. She starts shouting at him, confronting him right there before security even steps in. Her reaction was pure instinct, protectiveness, empathy, and courage. People online have been calling her a hero, and honestly, she deserves it because in a moment where most people freeze, she acted. She didn't even think twice about standing up for somebody who was in danger, even if that somebody happened to be a global superstar. Phineas, Billie's brother, even posted about her on his Instagram story, thanking her for what she did, and that small gesture meant a lot. It showed appreciation for somebody who did what so many others might not have had the courage to do. But beyond this one incident, this moment speaks to something much larger: the growing problem of parasocial relationships and fan entitlement. Some fans have stated to blur the line between admiration and ownership. They see celebrities as extensions of themselves, not as human beings with boundaries, fears, and personal space. Most importantly, people get emotionally attached. They feel connected through music or interviews, and eventually they convince themselves that they know the person behind the fame. But the truth is they don't, and that's how we ended up right here, because when that line gets crossed, when admiration turns into obsession, it becomes dangerous. Billie doesn't owe anybody physical closeness or personal content. Her job is to perform, to share art, to give people something to connect to, not to put herself into harm's way to prove she cares. Sadly, this isn't even the first time Billie's been attacked or harassed on stage. Back in December 2024, during her performance What Was I Made For, a fan threw an object that hit her directly in the face. You could see her flinch. It was painful, it was unexpected, and then she just kept singing. That clip went viral too, not because of the throw, but because of how calmly she handled it. She literally picked up the object, tossed it back into the crowd, continuing her performance like nothing even happened. And it's not just Billie. This has become a pattern in the music industry, from BB Rexa getting injured after somebody threw a phone at her face, to Harry Styles getting hit by random objects on stage, to Cardi B having drinks thrown at her mid-performance. The list just keeps going. It's like somewhere along the line, fans forget that these are real people up there. What's even scary about this recent incident incident is how deliberate it looked. The man was wearing a hat kind of concealing his face. He didn't look like somebody who got caught up in the moment. He looked like somebody who knew exactly what he was doing, and that's what makes this different. This didn't feel impulsive, it felt intentional. When you watch Billie's expressions, it's clear that she wasn't just startled, she was scared, because in the moment she realized she wasn't safe doing something she's always done, connecting with the fans. It's heartbreaking that somebody so genuine now has to think twice about getting close to people she's performing for, and that's the real loss here, the loss of trust between artists and the audience. These kinds of moments don't just affect the artists, they affect everybody. The fans who were there, the people who witnessed it online, and even other performers who see it and start questioning their own safety. If this keeps happening, artists are going to stop interacting with fans altogether, and honestly, who could they blame? No one should have to risk being grabbed or attacked just for doing their job. And that's what's so sad about this whole thing, because concerts are supposed to be a place of joy, a space where people can feel free, connect through music, and escape their problems for a few hours. But lately, it's starting to feel like a risk, not just for the audience, but for the performers too. At some point, the industry is going to have to start prioritizing artist safety the same way they prioritize production and ticket sales. Phineas has always been protective of Billie, even beyond the music. He's spoken out before when she's been unfairly criticized or attacked online, and now he's speaking up again, this time in defense of her physical safety. And it's powerful to see him doing that, because sometimes all it takes is one moment like this to remind people that fame doesn't make somebody untouchable, it makes them more vulnerable. I think what this whole situation really highlights is the need for boundaries, not just at concerts, but how we treat celebrities in general. You can love somebody's art, you can support them, you can feel connected, but that doesn't mean you get to invade their personal space. That doesn't mean you're entitled to their physical presence. Being a fan means showing respect, not demanding access. And it's heartbreaking that the artists have to start thinking about their safety more than performance. That they have to worry about who's in the crowd, what people do, or whether or not they can even reach out to their fans anymore. We've already seen some artists pulling back from crowds, avoiding physical contact, and even installing barriers to protect themselves. It's become the norm, and that says a lot about where we are as a society. At the end of the day, this isn't just about Billie Eilish being famous, it's about her being human. She deserves the same basic respect and safety as everybody else. No one should have to experience fear while doing what they love, and no one should ever confuse being a fan with having the right to touch somebody. I hope Billie's okay, both physical and emotionally, after what happened, because moments like this can stick with somebody. I also hope venues start enforcing stricter security measures, because clearly things have reached a point where just hoping somebody behaves isn't enough. And to the woman in the red bandana, thank you for stepping in when somebody else's humanity was being disregarded. You reminded everyone what real support looks like. It's not about access or selfishness or a moment of fame. It's about empathy and doing what the right thing is when it matters the most. So what do you guys think? Do you think concerts are becoming unsafe? Should artists stop walking into crowds altogether, or should fans start being held accountable in more serious ways? Let me know your thoughts below. I'm genuinely curious how you feel about this one, because from me, this whole situation is just sad that an artist has been genuine and kind, can't even connect with their fans without risking her safety. Sad that somebody's love for an art can twist into something harmful, and sad that this possibly won't be the last time we see something like this happen. But I do believe that if more people speak up, if more fans act like Red Bandana Girl did, things will change. We can create spaces that are safe again for everybody, because no one should have to choose between loving their fans and protecting themselves. Anyway, that's all for today's video. If you were at the show or if you witnessed something like this, I'd love to know your experience in the comments. Let's talk about how we can make concerts safe again, not just for artists, for people who's been there just to connect. Thank you for watching. Stay kind, stay safe, and respect the boundaries that keep everybody human. I'll see you in the next, and if you don't want to wait, check out some of my other videos over here. Thank you to those who subscribe to me. I'm still on my road to 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe if you enjoyed this video or made it this far. Bye.